Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
I only have one question. Where is Harvey Dent?
It's simple. We killed the Batman.
Heath Andrew Ledger was born on April 4, 1979, in Perth, Western Australia, to Sally Ramshaw, a French teacher, and Kim Ledger, a mining engineer and race car driver whose family had a long history in engineering and public service. From an early age, Heath displayed a vivid imagination, an adventurous spirit, and an intensity that would come to define his short but extraordinary life. Ledger grew up with his older sister, Kate, who was especially close to him and played a crucial role in sparking his passion for the performing arts. Kate was involved in acting and theater during her school years, and Heath often followed her lead. By the age of 10, Ledger was already on stage, appearing in a local production of Peter Pan. Acting quickly became more than just a hobby, it was an outlet for his energy, creativity, and sensitivity. Ledger attended Guildford Grammar School, where he excelled in drama but often felt restless in other areas. He was also a skilled chess player and even competed in junior tournaments, demonstrating the same strategic and analytical thinking that later shaped his approach to acting. At just 16, Ledger decided to leave school and pursue acting full-time, a decision that worried his parents but ultimately proved to be pivotal. Ledger began his career with small roles in Australian television. He appeared in shows such as Ship to Shore and Sweat, 1996, in which he played a gay cyclist, a brave role for a teenage actor in the conservative climate of the time. He also starred in Home and Away, 1997, one of Australia's most popular soap operas, which had previously launched the careers of stars like Chris Hemsworth and Naomi Watts. His first film role came in Blackrock, 1997, a dark Australian drama that tackled difficult themes of violence and masculinity. Around this time, Ledger began attracting attention not only for his striking looks but also for his seriousness about acting. Unlike many young actors who were content with fame and surface-level success, Ledger demonstrated an eagerness to grow as an artist and to challenge himself with diverse roles. By the late 1990s, Ledger moved to the United States, seeking greater opportunities. Hollywood quickly took notice of the tall, charismatic Australian with the disarming smile and brooding intensity. His breakout role came in 1999 with the teen romantic comedy 10 Things I Hate About You, a modern adaptation of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. Ledger played Patrick Verona, the rebellious yet charming bad boy. His performance, especially the famous singing scene on the football bleachers, made him a teen idol almost overnight. Despite his sudden heartthrob status, Ledger resisted being typecast. He turned down many conventional romantic comedies, instead seeking projects that challenged him as an actor. He appeared in The Patriot, 2000. Alongside Mel Gibson, playing Gabriel, the idealistic son caught in the violence of the American Revolution. The film was a box office hit and solidified his reputation as a rising star capable of holding his own against veteran actors. Ledger's career choices in the early 2000s reflected his ambition to be more than just a handsome leading man. In A Knight's Tale, 2001, he took on the role of William Thatcher, a peasant who disguises himself as a knight to compete in tournaments. The film was unconventional, blending medieval adventure with modern music and humor. While critics were divided, audiences loved it, and Ledger's charismatic performance confirmed his ability to carry a film. Yet Ledger continued to chase artistic credibility. He took on darker and more experimental roles, such as in Monsters Ball, 2001, where he played the troubled son of Billy Bob Thornton's character. He also starred in The Four Feathers, 2002, a historical war drama, and Ned Kelly, 2003. An Australian biopic in which Ledger portrayed the legendary outlaw. In 2005, Ledger's career reached a turning point with two transformative roles. First came The Brothers Grimm, directed by Terry Gilliam, in which Ledger starred opposite Matt Damon. Though the film was not a major success, it began a close working relationship with Gilliam. The same year, Ledger delivered what many consider his first truly masterful performance in Brokeback Mountain, directed by Ang Lee. Brokeback Mountain, 2005, told the story of two cowboys, Ennis Del Mar, played by Ledger, and Jack Twist, Jake Gyllenhaal, who fall in love in 1960s Wyoming. The film was groundbreaking in its depiction of same-sex love, especially in mainstream cinema, and Ledger's performance was extraordinary. His portrayal of Ennis was subtle yet deeply moving, a man unable to express his feelings openly, trapped by social conventions and his own fear. Ledger's physicality, his clenched jaw, and his restrained voice conveyed more emotion than words ever could. Critics praised him for his authenticity, and the performance earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor, along with a BAFTA nomination. The film itself became a cultural milestone, and Ledger's career reached new heights. Outside of acting, Ledger was known for his intensity and curiosity. He loved photography, directing, and experimenting with music and art. Friends described him as endlessly creative, always sketching, writing, or filming projects on the side. Ledger's personal life often attracted media attention. He dated several actresses, including Heather Graham and Naomi Watts, before beginning a relationship with Michelle Williams, his co-star in Brokeback Mountain. The two had a daughter, Matilda Rose, in October 2005. Ledger adored fatherhood and spoke often about how it transformed his life. Although his relationship with Williams ended in 2007, they remained committed to co-parenting Matilda. In 2006, Ledger took another career risk by accepting the role of the Joker in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. At the time, many fans doubted the casting choice, as the role had been memorably played by Jack Nicholson in 1989's Batman. But Nolan saw something in Ledger's intensity and unpredictability. Ledger immersed himself completely in the role, creating a Joker unlike any seen before, anarchic, sadistic, and terrifyingly charismatic. To prepare, he locked himself in a hotel room for weeks, keeping a diary as the Joker, experimenting with voice, posture, and mannerisms. His performance on set astonished both cast and crew, with Christian Bale later remarking that Ledger's dedication raised the bar for everyone involved. When The Dark Knight was released in July 2008, 6 months after Ledger's death, his performance was hailed as revolutionary. Critics described it as one of the greatest screen villains in cinema history. The Joker was not merely a comic book character but a chilling embodiment of chaos and nihilism. Ledger's performance earned him a posthumous Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, cementing his legacy. Behind his professional success, Ledger wrestled with personal struggles. He had a restless mind, often battling insomnia. Friends and colleagues described him as someone who could rarely slow down, always sketching ideas, writing scripts, or working on side projects. To cope, Ledger reportedly relied on prescription medications to help him sleep. On January 22, 2008, Heath Ledger was found dead in his New York City apartment from an accidental overdose of prescription medications, including painkillers, sleeping pills, and anti-anxiety drugs. He was only 28 years old. The news shocked the world, with fans and colleagues mourning the loss of a brilliant artist whose career had just entered its prime. Ledger's death sparked widespread reflection on the pressures of Hollywood, the nature of creativity, and the fragility of life. Despite his short career, Ledger left behind an extraordinary body of work that continues to inspire actors, filmmakers, and audiences. His performances in Brokeback Mountain and The Dark Knight are often cited among the finest of the 21st century. Beyond acting, Ledger's passion for directing and producing hinted at a future where he might have become an influential filmmaker. His daughter, Matilda, remains a living legacy, cherished by Michelle Williams and by the Ledger family in Australia. Tributes poured in from across the world. Directors such as Christopher Nolan and Terry Gilliam spoke of his brilliance, while fellow actors described him as fearless and generous. The Academy Award he won for The Dark Knight was accepted by his family on Matilda's behalf, a bittersweet recognition of his talent. Today, Heath Ledger is remembered not only as a remarkable actor but also as a symbol of artistic integrity. He refused to settle for easy roles or fame-driven projects, instead pushing himself to explore the depths of human emotion. His legacy is one of passion, risk-taking, and authenticity.